Welcome back to On the Porch. I thought I was so clever with this new YouTube that I had done it live, I figured it out, and then when it comes to the editing part, I don't know how to post it. So I'll have to go back. I've got 10 seconds posted from the whole video that I did of 13. I can see it on my YouTube studio, but I don't know how to upload it. So those of you that are really big YouTubers, I'm so impressed with your ability to figure out the cut and the all the technical stuff of it. So I'm just going to go back to reading on Photo Booth and uploading because that seemed to work before, and that way we get Canto 2 of Dante's Inferno. So where we left off is this is about the journey of Dante, who's his journey into hell, which is this metaphorical, you could either say it's quest through life or facing death or going through hell, any of those metaphors that you want to. And he's being confronted by Virgil, who's offering to guide, this great epic poet, who's offering to guide Dante through this journey. And it's going to be this discussion. Now, I'm going to read through without interruption, but I want to remind you that if you go to Gutenberg.org, you can find this PDF, and there's various ways to read it. I choose to read it on like a Kindle reader, on a reader, and so that's the format I have here. But it has embedded in it, and I don't know if you can see that here, the blue links that are hyperlinks that will take you down to footnotes that will give you a bigger understanding or a bigger perspective on some of these references. I don't want you to feel lost or confused because you live in an age where you're just bombarded with information every day. YouTube puts out hundreds of thousands of videos. So if we say he's no PewDiePie, that's why old people shouldn't make references to popular culture. Everybody knows who they're talking about. Or if I say Discord, you know what I'm talking about. What do you think this is, Discord? You know, they know what we're talking about. That's an illusion. An illusion is a shortcut way of making everybody understand a reference you're making. Well, old literature, everybody read the same things. If you were educated, you were all reading the same books because there was a limited number of books. So all these allusions and these references that are supposed to build understanding at the time really makes understanding difficult for your generation. So don't feel frustrated if you're lost. The footnotes are there to help you some, but just to get the sense of the story, I'm going to read through without many stops, unless I really want to clarify a word or something that seems really obscure. So Canto 2, oh, that's Canto 3. Let's not start there. Let's go back to Canto 2. It's not that long. It was the close of day. The twilight brown, all living things on earth was setting free from toil, while I was preparing alone to face the battle which awaited me, as well of Ruth as of the perilous quest, now to be limned by my faultless memory. Help, lofty genius, muses, manifest goodwill to me. Recording what befell, do thou, O mind, now show thee at thy best. I thus began poet and guide as well. Ere trusting me on this adventure wide, judge if my strength of it be capable. Thou sayest thou Silvius' father, ere he died, still mortal to the world immortal went, there in the body some time to abide. Yet that the foe of evil was content that he should come, seeing what high effect and who and what should from him claim descent. No room for doubt can thoughtful man detect, for he of noble Rome and of her sway imperial in high heaven grew sire elect. And both of these, the very truth to say, were founded for the holy seat, whereupon the greater Peter's follower sits today. Upon this journey, praised by thee, were known and heard things by him, to the which he owed his triumph, whence derives the papal gown. That path the chosen vessel later trod, so of the faith assurance to receive, which is beginning of salvation's road. But why should I go? Who will sanction give? For I am no Aeneas and no Paul. So remember, he's referencing these great people known for their great journeys, the travels of Paul and Aeneas in the Iliad and the Odyssey. Or actually, it was an Aeneas. Me worthy of it no one can believe, nor I myself, hence venturing at thy call. I dread the journey may prove rash, but vain for me to reason. Wise, thou knowest it all, like one no more for what he wished for fain, whose purposes shares mutations with his thought, till from the thing begun he turns again. On that dim slope, so grew I all distraught, upset. Distraught is upset. because by brooding on it, the design I shrank from, which before I warmly sought, before I wanted it, and now I don't want it. If well I understand these words of thine, the shade of him magnanimous made reply, thy soul neath cowardice hath sunk supine, which a man often is so burdened by. It makes him falter from a noble aim, as beasts at objects ill distinguished shy. To loose thee from this terror, why I came, and what the speech I heard I will relate, when first of all I pitied thee. A dame hailed me, where amongst those in dubious state had my abode. So blessed was she and fair, her to command me I petitioned straight. Her eyes were shining brighter than the star. This is the Blessed Mother. And those of you that are Catholic may understand a lot of these allusions better than Protestants. And she began to say in accents sweet and tunable as angels' voices are, O Mantuan shade, in courtesy deep, in courtesy complete, whose fame survives on earth, nor less shall grow through all the ages, while the world hath seat. A friend of mine, with fortune for his foe, has met with hindrance on his desert way, and terror smitten can no further go, but turns that he is too far astray. And that I rose too late for help, I dread, from what in heaven concerning him they say. Go with thy speech persuasive him bestead, and with all needful help his guardian prove, that touching him I may be comforted. No, it is Beatrice seeks, no as in K-N-O-W. It is Beatrice seeks thee thus to move. Beatrice is a character, and you'll read about her in the footnotes, but she's a character that's known throughout these times. Thence come I where I to return am fain. My coming and my plea are ruled by love. When I shall stand before my Lord again, often to him I will renew thy praise. And here she ceased, nor did I dumb remain. I didn't stay silent. O virtuous lady, thou alone the race of man exaltest above all else that dwell beneath the heaven, which wheels in narrowest space. To do thy bidding pleases me so well, though 'twere already done, 'twere all too slow. Thy wish at greater length no need to tell. But say, what tempted thee to come thus low, even to this centre, from the region vast, whither again, for art on fire to go? This much to learn, since a desire thou hast. She answered, briefly thee I'll satisfy. How coming here, I through no terrors past. We are, of right, such things alarmed by, as have the power to hurt us. All beside are harmless, and not fearful. Wherefore I, thus formed by God, his bounty is so wide, am left untouched by all your miseries. She's saying, don't worry about anything, because basically I'll protect you. Because I'm created by God, I've got all this, I'm left untouched by the miseries you're suffering. And through this burning, unmolested glide, a noble lady is in heaven, who sighs o'er the obstruction where I'd have thee go, and breaks the rigid edict of the skies. Calling on Lucia, thus she made her know what she desired, thy vassal like servant, now hath need of the help from thee. Do thou then helpful show. Lucia, who hates all cruelty, in speed rose, and approaching where I sat at rest, to venerable Rachel giving heed, listening, me, Beatrice, true praise of God addressed. Why not help him who had such love for thee, and from the vulgar throng to win thee pressed? Dost thou not hear him weeping pitiably, nor mark the death now threatening him upon a flood than which less awful is the sea? Never on earth did any ever run, allured by profit or impelled by fear, swifter than I, when speaking she had done. From sitting among the blessed descended here, my trust upon thy comely rhetoric cast, which honors thee and those who lend it ear, when of these words she had spoken the last. She turned aside bright eyes which tears did fill, and I by this was urged to greater haste, and so it was I joined thee by her will, and from that raging beast delivered thee, which barred the near way up the beauteous hill. What ails thee then? Why thus a laggard be? Why cherish in thy heart a craven fear? Where is thy franchise? Where thy bravery? When three such blessed ladies have a care for thee in heaven's court, and these words of mine thee for such wealth of blessedness prepare. So what do you have to be scared of? These people are all for you. As flowers, by chills nocturnal made to pine, and shut themselves, when touched by morning bright, upon their stems arise, full blown and fine. So if my faltering courage changed the plight, and such good cheer ran through my heart, it spurred me to declare, like freeborn generous wight, O pitiful, who for my succor stirred, and thou how full of courtesy to run, alert in service, hearkening her true word, thou with thine eloquence my heart hast won. To keen desire to go, and the intent which first I held, I now no longer shun. Though proceed, my will with thine is blended. Thou art my guide, Lord Master, thou alone. Thus I, and with him, as he forward went, then steep and rugged road I entered on. So because of this sharing of Virgil being the guide and the promises and the encouragement of the beautiful women, he's saying, okay, let's take on this journey. I'll handle it. I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's go. So you can go through the footnotes and see if you're in AP or an advanced honors course or something, or you're at classical school where all these things are going to really add up. Otherwise, just annotate as we go, make notes, enjoy the language, the color of the language, and be gentle with yourself and patient with yourself if you're a little bit lost. It's just a quest. And sometimes quests have a lot of laying out the groundwork before we get there. So thank you for reading along with me. Next time will be Canto 3. The cantos are not long, but your teacher's probably giving you so many cantos a week as an assignment. But hopefully when you find this, the whole book will be done and you'll be able to just go at the pace you need to. So I'm so glad you joined me on the porch in the evening as the sun is setting and the bird is chirping. Life is good. Just breathe in deep. I can do this. This literature is manageable. It may be tough, but I'm smart and I can do it. So thanks for being with me, and I will read to you next time. See ya.